Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you have bad credit and you want to dominate the credit card game, I'm going to show you the back door to do that. And I'm going to give you 15 cards you want to start with, even before you consider going to your bank. Now, the first one is credit.ai. Credit.ai. Now, why is that? The reason why Credit.ai is because of this. Credit.ai will give you $1,500 line of credit, okay, with bad credit, okay? You connect your bank account to the system and they analyze it and they approve you. Now, here's the good part about that. It actually reports to Experian and Equifax. All right. So that's the first card. The second card you want to look at is extra debit. Okay. Now, many of you may have heard me talk about extra debit, but again, it's another one of these accounts that you attach your bank account. So all of your monthly transactions you do with your debit card, they report that to the credit bureaus. Now, the credit bureaus they actually report to is Equifax and Experian. Okay. Those are the ones that they report to. Now, your next card you want to look at is opportune. Okay. Now, why opportune? Most people don't understand opportune. And understand this one thing is that they're not in all 50 states. All right. That's the downfall of it. However, Opportune is one of those cards that is a CDFI. Now, what do I mean by that? A CDFI is a Community Development Financial Institute. Okay. And by it being a Community Development Financial Institute, it served more of communities that have a harder time getting credit. Now, with this Opportune card, it starts at $300. Okay. It starts at $300. And for most people that don't even have a social, you're able to get this here card. All right. So that's the card you want to look at. Now, another card is Avant. All right. Now, why Avant? Well, here's the reason why. Because Avant, not only do they offer you credit cards, they offer you loan, but in reference to credit cards, this is what they look at. They start between 300 up to 2,000. Okay. Now they do have an annual fee. So their annual fee is $39. All right. But at the same time, it's better than you going to a company like Progressive where you have to start paying all these upfront fees in order for you to get the card. This is not one of those cards. And all of these pretty much is unsecured. The thing about it with Credit.ai and Extra Debit, like I said, they just want to verify that you have an actual checking account with revenue coming into it and they can get you approved. All right. But these are the kind of accounts you want. And because Avant, as well as Opportune, they report to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. All right. So this is just the base of it. Now, you have another card. The other card is Patel. 1 and 2. Now, why Patel 1 and 2? Here's the thing about it. You don't have to have a social. You can be a beginner. And here's the thing about it. Even with bad credit, they have the Patel Rise card as well. Now, their limits start at 300 and go up to 10. All right. That's with the Patel Rise 1 and 2. All right. So those are cards that you need to take a look at as well. Like I said, focusing on when you have bad credit and you want to dominate the credit card game, this is how you do it. Now, your next one is Mission Lane. All right. Now, for some of you all, I don't know if you're a fan of Mission Lane or not, but I'm going to tell you that in terms of easy approval, this may be one of the easiest cards to get. Put it in a comment. Let me know. Do you have Mission Lane? Do you like the card? Was it easier for you to get an increase on it? Let me know. Now, their limits go from 200, starting at 200 and 300, all right, with Mission Lane. So those are the basis of the credit cards. Now, your next one is Prosper MasterCard, okay? Now, here's the thing about it with Prosper MasterCard. It is instant access. So what does that mean? Basically, once you're approved, you have to excuse me, it's hot out here. But once you are approved for the card, what ends up happening, you get instant access to it. You don't have to wait for the card to come in the mail. You can actually start using it right then and there. So you apply for the card, they say you've been approved. Right then and there, you're able to start using that card. So that's the reason that I like it. Now with the Prosper card, again, they start at about 300. All right. And yes, it's an annual fee of $39. All right. Now, we're finna get ready to switch gears here. The reason is because now we're finna start getting into some higher limit bad credit cards. All right. Like I said, once you have those cards that I just mentioned, those first 7 cards that I just mentioned, now we're finna switch gears. Now you're finna start focusing on your higher limit cards. Now, your first higher limit card is the Apple card. Now, why the Apple card? Well, the thing about it is with the Apple card, you can actually apply for this here card with no hard inquiry, right? And so I've talked about the Apple card hack. So what you do, you would do a pre-approval, right? Put all your information for pre-approval, okay? Now it's TransUnion FICO 9, so you understand it. But you do your pre-approval on the computer. Then you're going to open up a separate window. All right, on the separate window, once you know what you're pre-approved for, the separate window, you're going to open up your TransUnion credit file and you're going to put a lock on it. Then you're going to pull the trigger or basically go ahead and apply. This is how you avoid the hard inquiry on it. All right, and so this is how people have been able to get this here Apple card with the higher limits without the hard inquiry. All right, now here's your other card. The next card is your GM MasterCard, okay? Now, with GM MasterCard, just like the Apple card, FICO 9 TransUnion. FICO 9 TransUnion, okay? The same hack. You can do the same hack to get this here card as well, because both of these cards are issued through Goldman Sachs, which is a FICO 9 institution. All right. Now, the next card you want to go for, I would say, is the Wells Fargo Reflect. Okay. Now, why would I want to go for a card like that? Well, here's the reason why. Wells Fargo is a FICO 9 bank as well. Okay. They're a FICO 9 bank. With this here Wells Fargo Reflect card, you get 21 months of 0% interest and balance transfers. 21 months. Now, that's not the best part of this. The best part of this is that they'll actually send you out checks to liquidate the card. So yes, if you want to take that money off the card, they will send you a convenience check to liquidate it. Not only that, here's another thing. Say that you want a credit limit increase, they would actually do a soft pull to give you a credit limit increase on this here card. All right. So that's the reason why this here is a top tier card. The reason I think this here is better than the American Express card. Okay. Because of the leverage you have. American Express is a FICO 8. This here is a FICO 9. Okay. And it gives you more months of zero interest with no balance and transfers, right? Now, the next one, we're going to switch it up. We're going to go over to BCU. That's Baxter Credit Union. Okay. Now with Baxter Credit Union, it's a non-geo restricted credit union. So what that means is that anybody can join. Now the easiest way to join is through the Life Money You. It's $5. Okay. And they'll waive this here $5. So you don't even have to pay this here $5. They'll waive this $5. So once you join, I always tell people, whenever you join a bank or a credit union, there's a few things you want to do. You want to open up a personal account, a savings account, and make sure you do a CD or money market account. The reason is you want to build that relationship. Now, here's another key that I always tell people. You want to wait at least 60 to 90 days before you apply for a credit card. Now, BCU, it is a Vantage 3 TransUnion. Vantage 3 TransUnion. This is the lowest hanging fruit. When you're trying to get credit cards and stuff like that, this is the lowest hanging fruit that you can actually go for. All right. And these here credit cards, long as you have a good Vantage score, people will go over to Credit Karma, look at their TransUnion, Vantage score and stuff. Even if you have Navy Federal is a FICO 9, right? But because people have so many challenges, even just getting in them, that's the reason I had not put them on the list. All right. I'm trying to figure out the best credit unions you can join without actually having to jump through hoops. So that's the reason. Now, you have another one. You have Veridian. All right. Credit union. Now, here's the thing about it with Veridian. In order to join, you have to join the Habitat for Humanities. Okay. You join the Habitat for Humanity, I think it's maybe $15, $25 or whatever. However, again, this is a Vantage 3 TransUnion. Very flexible credit union to get into. These are your low-hanging fruits. This is where you start building up your big money. You don't have to worry about going to American Express, Chase, and stuff, especially when you have bad credit. You want to backdoor it and build up your credit file this way. So you start getting the larger limits. Now that you have these larger limits, then you want to go to your major banks. But for now, you want to start with a low-hanging fruit. Now, you also have NASA Credit Union. NASA Credit Union used to be a mortgage too. They switched it up. Now they are a Vantage for Experian. A Vantage for Experian, right? And so the difference between your Vantage 3 and your Vantage 4 is that your Vantage 4 no longer the medical, no longer the judgments, okay? If you have a collection less than $100, is not counted, okay? That's the reason. Or say that you going for shopping for a car or something like that, and you have bad credit, you have all these inquiries because it's in the same period, it's not counted against you as well. Okay, so that's the reason why you want to look at that credit union also, and they are very generous. Now you would have to join the National Association of Space Institute in order to join them. I hope I'm saying it properly, but I think it is National Association of Space Institute. If I'm not, please put a comment below. But at the same time, these are the type of institutions you want to join. Now you have Hovia. I think that's right. Excuse me for my misspelling of Hovia Credit Union, right? Vantage 4, another Vantage 4, and they're giving up money right off the back. Okay. Now, people wonder, well, do I have to present documentation and stuff like that? Usually, like with credit cards and stuff, it's stated information once you join. But again, like I told you, I would not apply right away. I would probably give it at least 60 to 90 days. You hear that guy? That's tough. He missed being on camera. All right. But that being said, another one is a surprise, and that's Connector Credit Union. Now, again, Connector Credit Union is another non-geo restricted. Anybody can join them. And they are a FICO 9 Experience. FICO 9 Experience. So this is another one that you definitely can look at. Easy to join and stuff like that. Very flexible. They don't mind sharing the wealth with you, right? So then you have one more, and that one more is just one bank, PNC Bank. Okay. Now, most of the time, people say, well, it's hard for me because I don't have a PNC Bank. All right. But for those of you that do have a PNC Bank, again, you have FICO 9 Experience. Okay. So these are your low hanging fruit. When you have bad credit and you trying to build it up, trying to get the funding and stuff, these are the best credit cards that are soft pull, pre-approval to help you get yourself in the door. Now, there's one element that I do want you all to know in terms of with these cards, you don't need a whole lot of them. Okay. You take your pick. But I would definitely try to go for my lowest hanging fruit that won't put the hard inquiry on my credit file. All right. Now, if you guys have questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, then click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. And again, this here is the best. These here are the best. Thank you.